Hello everybody, welcome back. We're getting into an area of the Florida Panhandle. We're getting closer to Panama City, which is where 3 years ago, and I believe it was early October, I'm thinking October 6th, I looked at it a while ago, of 2018, where Hurricane Michael came through and just devastated this area. I had come through shortly after that, and I just I'd never seen or experienced anything like that in my life. That was it was very, it was awful. I can't imagine living here and having your whole area and homes and businesses destroyed. And these, a lot of these roads had trees laying across them, and I come through, it was a couple months afterwards, and there were just all these piles of debris just right here on the sidewalk, and on this corner, and right across the street, and just both sides, just everywhere, all the debris that was being picked up. And 2 months, again, it's probably at least 2 months, closer to 3, I came through after that. And utility workers, fixing the power lines, even on the main streets. I can't imagine how long it took for power lines to get done, back into the back roads, or if you live out in the country. And a couple months, and they were still working on the main ones here. It was just an amount of debris, and the amount of work that still needed trees that needed cleaned up. It was that was just what it took to get the main roads clear so you could drive on them. The parking lot over there might still have a bunch in them in that parking lot. And gas stations, the protective things over the gas pumps, so you can pump your gas without, those things are ripped off and damaged, and just stuff everywhere. It was amazing, in a bad way. So, and I've seen, a couple businesses where that never did get repaired. Maybe they didn't have adequate insurance, or somebody said, we're about done here anyway. Maybe we're going to retire. Let's just not rebuild. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of stories on who did what and their reasons. But anyway, we're getting into an area. I think we're getting close. We're just starting to get into the east side of the path that it took, and it's probably going to get worse as we go. Even 3 years later, right? That was 18, so 19 was 1, 20, 21, 20, yeah. So we're about 3 years afterwards, and of course now that much time, it has been cleaned up pretty nice. But you can still see some little signs here and there. You can see in the woods a lot of trees snapped off, bent, missing. But what did remain is, making an okay comeback. But we'll see here. What is that, 3.5 minutes? Blah blah blah. Okay, we're gonna just take a chance up here in an RV park. I looked it up online. It's right on the way. I'm not ready to be where I'm going for another day. I kind of had to schedule a little bit. It was very much damaged by Hurricane Michael. I think they've got it all situated and they're okay now, but the rates are very reasonable. They got power and everything, and hopefully they have a spot. I wasn't planning on it, so if they don't, it's not a big deal. I grabbed my AT&T phone because I need to make sure up here that we have. I have to have cell service in the morning. I do have to work for a while, and then we might stay if it works out. But yeah, you can see some trees. Yeah, up here, as you can see, in this business on the left, the sign blew out of it, and they just never bothered. I think it's called Burgers and Beans. And so, all right, we're gonna get up here and see what kind of luck we have with this campground. Yeah, see all those trees on the left? They all got a pretty good lean to them. A lot of them ain't on the right. I'm sure if you took the road looks nice, fine and everything, but I'm sure if you went for a walk in the woods, you'd just be amazed how many trees are just laying down. So many of them just snapped off. Can't imagine the power to snap off a tree, and you know, even say 8 or 10 inches in diameter. How big some of them are. Think how strong a board is. You know, a 2x8. Well, yeah, how about an 8x8 and a round one, or a 10x10? I can't imagine how the force, the noise, the amount of noise of snapping and crashing, and the wind noise. I cannot imagine. I have to correct myself that we didn't come through this exact highway. We were actually a little bit further inland, up on Highway 90. Just it runs parallel just above Interstate 10 in this area, this part of Florida, and so we're actually closer to where, you know, the further it went inland, it weakened. So, but even up there, it just went on for so long. You know, it wasn't just the devastation; it was the amount of devastation. It seems like we went 20, 30 miles or so, and it just went on forever. And so, you know, it was the amount of devastation from, you know, from the Gulf Coast to however far it went inland before it significantly, you know, weakened. That's a lot of areas. In the further we went on, you know, I just wanted to find a highway. I know what I did. We were close to I-10, but we were on 90, and you can only go so fast on 90, lower speed limits, and go through small towns, and you just got this sickening feeling that, you know, when you realize how many people were affected and how badly, and how long it was going to take to get to rebuild, you know, recover from that. And it just put a knot in my stomach. You know, it was like, you gotta feel for the people that lived through that, you know. But I just wanted to get to another highway. I'm like, whatever road here is next, it drops down to Interstate 10. I'm getting on Interstate 10 so I can go faster, so I can get out of here sooner. You know, I had the option of getting out of the area and getting on to other things. You know, let my mind get on to other things. The people that live here couldn't. They lived there. You're just, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I would never want to live through something like that. God bless those that did, you know. Look at the amount of trees that are busted up here. Wow. Just pulled in here, and looks like they're still doing a lot of work. You know, probably taking some time to reclaim all this. How are you? Doing okay. Do you have a spot available for one night? Okay. Far behind you, or? No, no. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna pull in here to number 9 right here. So we're just gonna stay like one night. And I'll go get checked in. I really wish I would have recorded more before it started raining. It's the next morning, and it's gonna be raining for a while this morning. It's gonna clear up later. But this RV park is called Augies World, or Augies Place. It's in it's really rural. I don't know where the next town is, but the address is Youngstown, Florida, and we're just a little ways, maybe 25 miles northeast of Panama City. So this guy here, let me show you something here. Now, this guy's been having these, you know, piles of dirt brought in here and sand. There are different places around, and he's a one-man show with his tractor, and he's been going around and site by site. And we did talk for a little while yesterday when I checked in, and he's just been working at it. And I asked him, you know, here it is 3 years later, 3 years and a month later, you know, where he thinks he's at as far as, because he's done all this himself. You know, all the sites way back there when we first came in, all these, let me show you over here too. Now these sites, I think this part of the park over here, the western end, probably I think had minimal damage as the park went, and he has them spaced out like every other site, so nobody's too cramped. There is a site between each one, and we're actually right next to our neighbor, but you know, we only stayed for the one night last night. There's a little bit of road noise here, but pretty minimal. It was a nice quiet stay. So where was I? I asked him where he was, where he thought he was at. If he's just been doing all this repair work himself after 3 years and a month, that he thinks he's probably at about 60%. You know, back to full capacity, about 60% there. So I don't think he's, you know, he's just working at his own pace. I don't know how much help he had or insurance or how any of that worked out. Maybe there was some aid in cleaning up all the debris, the trees and everything, and maybe insurance covered some of the materials. But and you can bet if this was a KOA or, you know, some corporate owned big chain, or you know, there would have been teams in here and all kinds of equipment and doing that. But yeah, it's privately owned. He does it at his own pace, and he's probably happy, you know, to, you know, once you get 8 or 10, you know, a dozen maybe sites available, and you have that income coming in. He's probably good. Just do the rest of it at his own pace. And I'll show you something here. Here is something that is rarely seen, is the bounder. Okay. All the utilities were hooked up. I got water, sewage, and electric. All 3 utilities. That's rare that I do that. And it's only $30 a night. You know, $30 a night for, you know, in Florida for full hookups. You know, we're half a mile from probably from the coast. Pretty good. He did warn me, when you get down to the Panama City area, there's, yeah, good luck finding something like this. He says it'll be like where he's at over in the other part of Florida, where campgrounds are full, campgrounds are expensive. You know, good luck with that as you get close there. But we are going to head down there today, and I have some Amazon things to pick up, and from an Amazon locker, and then I think we're gonna continue, you know, along the coast for a little ways over to whatever that is over there, and we'll be out of Florida soon. So anyway, but it's been raining just enough. The reason I'm recording inside is it's been raining just enough all morning that all this loose material, you know, is a combination of some kind of fine, not clay, it's all, I don't know what the darker material is, and the sand, and it's enough, you go out, it just yeah, it's wet, just wet enough to where it just sticks to your shoes and your paws. That's right. Your paws will be all reddish and stuff. We'll be tracking it in later. We'll have to sweep off as best we can. And she's in no hurry. She knows it's raining, she's in no hurry to go outside. She hasn't been outside yet this morning, and she doesn't appear to be in any hurry. She she don't care to go out in the rain, and she won't go. I mean, if I open the door and go out, I mean, she'll certainly come out with me, but she won't let me know until she really has to go. It doesn't really look like she really has to go right now. She's okay. She'll let me know if she does. We're gonna go outside here in a minute anyway. I'm gonna get unplugged, and we're gonna get on our way. And one thing I'm really enjoying too is my new awnings. It is so nice to be able to have those down and have some windows open for fresh air. And you know, to be able to put those down and not have to worry about, you know, they were getting cracked and brittle. You know, is this the time that they're just gonna start coming apart completely? But you know, they're all brand new, and it's just nice. I'm enjoying that. So that's all I got now. It's a rainy morning in Florida. It'll clear up later. We're gonna be on our way and continue our way west. We'll start picking up the pace here pretty soon. Get Texas in our sights. Skip across a couple of states. I don't know if we're doing anything till maybe we get over into central Texas. We'll see. I'll talk to you later.